Your Grace, first of all, you are welcome back to the Archdiocese of Juba. On 29th of last year, that was in December, you left the Archdiocese of Juba. Perhaps you went to the Republic of Uganda. So can you brief us on your journey or your pastoral visit to Uganda?
Yes, as you have said, I went to Uganda on the 29th. I went with the Secretary General of the Archdiocese of Juba, Father Noel, and a group of secretaries at the Mother Superior and many others responsible sisters of the Sacred Heart. The reason for going to Uganda was really to reach to Moyo, where our Secretary sisters 50 years ago went to this particular town of Uganda in Moyo at the borders as refugees. That was 50 years ago. And we remember, as in some of our sisters were being, at that time, they were exactly the very people who started the life of the Secretary sisters in this Moyo in Uganda. So we went, myself as the Archbishop in Juba and with the Secretary sisters, where we went for this celebration. It was a big occasion for them, for the church in Uganda and the church in South Sudan, the people of Uganda and the people also of South Sudan, and the church at large, and the people at large also. So I think this was the reason why we went there. It was a great event. On the 1st of January, we were in that occasion, a number of bishops. The Archbishop of Gulu, John Baptist Odama, was with us. The Bishop of Arua was there, the owner of the area, of the diocese. The Bishop of Nebi was with us. Our retired Bishop of Torit, Pari de Taban, was also there. And so we were a number of these bishops and a good number of priests as well. And of course, there were over 100 secretary sisters represented in that occasion there in Gulu. And of course, a number of people, and the local citizens and faithful. So I think the occasion on the 1st of January went very, very well. Well, at this occasion, I took the chance of seeing some structures of the Secretary Sisters, like the novitiate of the Secretary Sisters, and I went also to see some other communities of the Secretary Sisters in Uganda. And then I also took the chance of going to the camp of our people from South Sudan. There is a camp in Adjumani, the nearest to Adjumani center. It is Pagrenya. We were told that there in this camp there are 29,700 people. Most of these people there are Mahdi and actually. Then we have other camps, maybe even larger than this, which were very far from us. We were not able to reach there. But I think it's the same. We are able to see some of these camps as passing from Arua to Moyo on the road. Well, these are all different languages for us, our situation, seeing these our people. What do I say? I have to say very honestly that it is a miserable situation, and it is very shameful, I think, for us to be just displacing our own very people abroad into these kind of difficult situations, to be taken care of by foreign agencies, when we are able to be all right and to be in peace and to keep ourselves perfectly okay. We will not need those kind of sufferings. But then there they are. They are really in very difficult situations of essential commodities, education, health, and all that kind of thing. And now it is a very bad moment. The weather is very hot, and people, they have no good buildings, camps and tents and this and that. It is bad. It is bad, I think, to be that. So I think I took the chance of all these kind of occasions in Uganda. Then on the way back, it was not easy for me now to get the plane from Arua back to Juba, because I think it was very crowded. Many people were coming from that side. So I took the chance of coming through Lamin in Kajukaji. I came there yesterday evening. I slept there, and then this morning I came in with the sister and the Secretary General. And so we were also happy in Lamin to be seeing our people from Moyo up to Kajukaji inside. Yes, well, one must be happy because there is a struggle of the people, notwithstanding all these rumors of war and troubles. You can see the life of the people is good. They are okay, but the deep sense of peaceful living is not there. The people are still not very sincerely, honestly, and deeply happy because we are still hearing that there are here and there, I think, some killings. And I think this we must be very honest to ourselves. There are still killings going on, individuals and whatever it is, robbing, especially robbing of properties. And in that case, I think robbing, they kill people. And this must be noted now, I think, to us as we begin the new year, that as we seem to try to bring real peace to the people, I think these are the points, I think, for us to note, all of us in the country, that there are still unfortunate incidences happening as we begin this new year, which we would like to begin as a year of peace. We have to dedicate 2017 as a year of peace in South Sudan. So let us all struggle really to have this peace this year in South Sudan. So I think this was the summary of the journey I had to Uganda. I'm very happy about it. I'm happy also to have been with the Sacred Archdiocese for since 29 up to yesterday. I was accompanied by the Mother General up to Lamin, up to Kajukaji, and she went back. It is a question of 30 minutes from Moyo to Kajukaji. So I think I want to give this information and to say to our people that we must still look for peace, and we are going for peace. And I think we have to be serious now about peace. By all means, as the church is always advocating and calling for, stop violence, stop killing, stop guns, and whatever is to be done is this dialogue, this peace talking, and that is going to be bringing us peace, but not robbing, not killing, not doing anything of this kind. So I think this is what I should be able to tell about this journey.
What was the motive of the refugees there in the camp receiving their own bishop from the Archdiocese of Juba? Is there any challenge or something that they raised concerning their situation there to you?
Yes, they themselves expressed. I remember I stopped in 2 centers, in 2 places. And it was not a prepared journey, and it was abrupt, to be very honest. We just wanted to see what is really happening. Is there anything? What is going on with this question of the refugees? In fact, I want to say that Father Philip Itia, who came from America through Uganda, I left him there, and he's still going to be seeing more of our refugees in the camps. Because what is true is that since July, we in Juba, even as church, because we have never even met as Catholic churches, let me put it that way. We did not come together to meet and to know what is going on in our dioceses. We in Juba, and as our churches, our church in general, we are ignorant. Because we are also closed up here in Juba, but we do not know what is going on outside, like in this area, Nimule Way, this Yei Road, and Toriti Road. We thought people were still struggling on there, but now it becomes, when I saw the camps, practically the Mahdi people and the actual people are not in the villages again. They are out. And we, even as church, we were not very clear of this kind of situation that was happening there. And so I think it is something that we have got to be sitting down as our churches, from the different churches as to our council of churches, in order to get clear of what is going on really. We have got our refugees in the camps. They are moved east of refugees, of course, foreign people, and they are very unfortunate because they say we are just forced to come out, and unnecessarily they did not plan to go for refuge, but they were forced. And we, I think as churches, we were not aware of it because there was no movement, so we could not know what was going on in other villages here and there. And I think that is really the point. So they were very grateful, and they, of course, asked us that we should be able to go around them, to see them, to visit them, to encourage them. That is their word. They, this moment, as our life goes on like that, I'm afraid I think some of them may not easily be really thinking of coming back if we don't put really the basis of this peace very clear in our country. People, nobody wants any more fighting. People want peace, and they will find out any place, wherever in the world, which is peaceful, just to live life. So I think this is a danger, that we can easily evacuate our people from the country because of just the thorns which are tormenting us in the country. People want peace and not war. They don't want any trouble, and they are able to live everywhere where there is actually the sense of peace. peace. So I think that is really the mood of the people in the camps. Very unfortunate. They suffer, of course. They suffer many needs. They are not provided many things. They are real like people in the forest. So it's not a very good environment, certainly. But what do they do? They are caught up.
After you witness it by yourself and also being our Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Juba, perhaps in the South Sudan, so what step next are you going to take in order to address some of these challenges you have seen yourself?
Well, as I said, I think we shall need to meet as our churches in the country, be it my church as Catholic Church and we as Council of Churches, in order to be able to look into this situation of our refugees, particularly in Uganda and the other places also. Because up to now, we have never addressed them really, to be very honest. We have never followed them up and checked them, what is going on. We even did not get information from other churches, like in Uganda. As I said, I was in Moyo with the Archbishop of Gulu, who is the Bishop Chairman of Catholic Uganda Bishops' Conference. And I shared with him this kind of point, that we should have to look into this situation so that we cooperate. The right attitude would be, well, our line of administration as church is that the people there in Uganda, so they are practically Christian Ugandan citizens, practically now, even if they are foreigners. But they are in Uganda. And for us, for the pastoral administration, it is the church in Uganda to take care of. But then we have to cooperate with the church in Uganda and see how to better the life of those people really in Uganda. And this is what we have not yet reached, these contacts among ourselves here at home, and then also with our churches, like the Church of Uganda, so that we are able really to see how we care for our people at home, and also how we care for our people abroad in these kind of situations. And so I think this is what we are going to take care of, to look into, and then we see what kind of conclusions will come out from there.
Then finally, what will be your message to the leaders of this country, perhaps the warring parties, concerning the situation of the refugees in the camps? What message do you have to the leaders?
Well, I think to our leadership, it seems our leadership is not clear of what is going on in the country. I say so because even like what I'm talking now of us as church, we were not aware, personally at least so to say, I was not aware of what the situation of the refugees, our South Sudanese refugees in Uganda. I was not quite aware of that. And I believe that also our leadership, our government in the country does not seem to be aware of what really is going on about the consequences of our situation inside. The consequences of what we are calling now as war in South Sudan, as problems of South Sudan. What consequences are these problems of our South Sudan producing on the people? It seems that I think we are not clear enough, we are naive about our situation, the consequences of what we are doing, or what we are saying, that there is no peace, there is hunger, there is rape, there is killing, there is whatever it is. It seems that we do not see, we do not know what is real, what does it mean. And we shall find we shall see this kind of things, certainly in centers like hospitals, camps of this kind, as we are. And I think I will be advising, really, our leadership to take this position, this advice of going to see these people in the camps. Let them go to these foreign countries and see these camps. I'm not saying that maybe the president needs to go, but I think the leadership, our people, besides knowing what is within the country, we have camps in the country here, like in Juba, in in many other places. What is the life of our people in the camps, in the churches, in wherever it is? What kind of life is there? I think that kind of situation will help us also to come to make a question as to why is this thing happening? Why are they like that? And we are the leaders. We should know that it is because of our wrongdoing, maybe of our not good administration of the leadership. And I think that kind of visit, that kind of knowledge will help us really to be able to change our mind. And as our word of God is telling us, to change our hearts, so that we really come to the kind of search for peace that all of us now we are looking for. I think we are coming from Christmas to the New Year, and The messages of Christmas is that we change our hearts and let us go for peace. And the New Year now, we are always talking now everywhere, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. And I would want to take this chance to talk to our people now, to the country, to the diocese, because I spent 2 years out of South Sudan. I went there last year, and I came now this year. So I want to say to our people in the country, everybody, Happy New Year. Now, to make this New Year happy, a year of peace, then let us begin now to see really what is going on, what consequences of our difficult situation, of our insecurity, what are the consequences, what are really the precautions of this. I think this is what I would advise, be it to the leadership of our country as well as the leadership of the church. We need to make visits, official visits to these places, see and learn and come and do something about it.
Radio Bekita
91 FM